Hello there. Today we're going to start with Module 7, Lesson 3, Day 3 on elimination. This is the third day in a 4-day assignment. After the conclusion of these notes, you will have to submit an ALEX assignment. Please pardon my voice. I am very ill at the moment, so I'm going to try my best to teach you how to do some examples. So we're going to solve these using either elimination or substitution, whichever works best. So some things I want you to write down. For substitution, you're going to have x equals or y equals, okay? For elimination, remember, you're going to be in standard form. So x, y, and a number, x, y, and a number. And your goal is to get something to cancel out when you add them together. So they have to be the same but opposites. All right, so the first one, if you look at it, I start out by saying y equals 3x minus 17. That means we should use substitution to plug in for y into the bottom equation. So I'm going to circle this one, draw an arrow into y, and you get 2x minus 3 times the y that we're plugging in is x minus 17. And then once again, copy down the rest is equal to 16. From this step, you just distribute. So it's going to be negative 9x. Check this in my calculator real quick. I wasn't prepared. Negative 3 times negative 17 is 51, positive. And then the rest of the problem gets copied down. Okay, now you're going to combine your x's because they're like terms. Got negative 7x plus 51 is still equal to 16. Minus 51 to both sides. Negative 7 equals, I'm doing 16 minus 51, negative 35. Divide both of those by negative 7 to solve for x, and x is equal to positive 5 because you have negative 35 divided by negative 7. Once you have x solved, you just plug it into the original equation that you circled. So it's y equals 3 times 5 minus 17. We know 3 times 5 is 15, and 15 minus 17 is negative 2. So the x and y coordinate are 5, comma, negative 2. Feel free to pause the video at any point if you need to hear the explanation again. Number 2, I want you to pause the video, see if you can try it. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. So I have x equals 12. I'm going to substitute it into the top because I know x is already solved for. On the top, it's going to become y minus, in parentheses, I'm putting in my 12, equals 16. This is an easy peasy one. Distribute the negative, and 12 becomes negative 12. Add 12 to both sides, and y is equal to 28. So you have x is 12, y is 28. All right, number 3, we can see we're in that standard form. I have coefficient x, coefficient y. We want to see which one's easier to cancel out. Well, 9 and 5 don't go together, but 6 and 6 sure do. So I need an opposite. So I'm going to multiply the bottom by negative 1 because I want it to be the opposite of positive 6, which is negative 6. Excuse me. 9x plus 6y. I'm rewriting the first equation now, and then the new second equation becomes negative 5x minus 6y equals negative 9. And then you add it together doing the elimination method. That's going to be 4x. Those cancel out, so you get 0y, and then equals negative 12. Remember, the 0y doesn't matter, so it's just 4x equals negative 12. Solve for x, divide 4 by both sides, and you get x is equal to negative 3. And then you pick the equation to plug it into to get your y. I always plug it into the top, so I'm going to have 9 times negative 3 for the x plus 6y equals negative 3. And multiply that out. Negative 27 plus 6y equals negative 3. Be careful with your negatives. Use your calculators to help you. And you get 6y is equal to 24. Divide both sides by 6. And y is equal to 4. So as an ordered pair, you got -3, 4. That's your answer. I want you to try number 4. I'm going to go ahead and do it now, though. All right. So the top one, we are going to multiply by a -1. And why are we going to do that? Because I want those two 4s to cancel out. Right now, they're the same thing, so I need the top one to become a positive. To make a negative a positive, you have to multiply it by -1. So the new top equation is going to become 8x minus 4y, plus 4y, because that sign changes, equals -24. And the bottom one stays exactly as it is, and that's going to allow us to eliminate. So the y's cancel out here. When you add them, 7 plus 8 is 15x, and then 24 plus 24 is 0. So it looks like nothing canceled out here for the x's, so we do have a solution. Divide both sides by 15. X is equal to 0. Now you pick one to plug it back into. I always go with the top. So I'm going to do -8 times 0 minus 4y equals 24. That's 0. -4y equals 24. Divide both sides by -4. And y is equal to -6. There we go. So as a coordinate, it's 0, -6. Remember, no solution. You could have some different possible answers. A no solution, an example would be like 5 equals 6. That's a no solution. All solutions or infinitely many solutions would be like 0 equals 0. Okay, so remember those can happen too. All right, 2 more. We're almost done. This one, clearly, we get elimination going here. So I'm going to multiply the top by -1 to get it to be negatives. So the top now becomes -3x minus 5y equals -5. And you add that to the one on the bottom. Big addition problem here. Those are going to cancel out. Those are going to cancel out. So you're left with 0 equals -5 plus 6 is 1. That is a false statement. So therefore, you know it is no solutions. I like these problems because they're a little less work than the other one. No solution. All right, last but not least, this one here. So I'm looking to see what numbers we can get to eliminate to get to be the same. This one is kind of tricky. So I could get a 3 and a 10. Think about it. If you multiply those together, you could get them to be 30. So I'm going to multiply the top one, and they're already opposites, you can see. So I'm going to multiply the top one by 10, and I'm going to multiply the bottom one by 3. So we're going to change both of them. This is the top one. And this is going to be the bottom one. Plus 30y equals 60. Check my math there, make sure everything is right, and it looks right. When you add them together, these are opposites, these are opposites. So you're left with 0 equals -90. That is also a false statement, so no solution. All right, feel free to rewind the video at any point to see any of those worked out. Get your assignment done and submit the screenshot to Canvas. If you finish, get your Alex topics done, and I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you.